Stop scrolling. Take a breath. Because what I'm about to reveal could completely change how you look at loose change for the rest of your life. Somewhere right now, in an old drawer, a forgotten jar, or a quiet collection passed down through generations, there may be a single small coin hiding. A coin born in wartime, forged under national pressure, and silently climbing toward legendary status. This is not history class. This is not fiction. This is real American treasure, real money, and real opportunity happening right now. Today's video is not for casual viewers. It's for those who want to see what others overlook, for those who understand that true wealth sometimes weighs just 5 grams. Stay with me until the end, because one of the coins in this video has turned ordinary people into overnight legends in the collector world. And once you know what to look for, you will never see a Jefferson nickel the same way again. Welcome to Rare Coin News USA, where history meets hidden fortune. And today we begin the countdown of the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Monticello Jefferson War Nickels in today's market. Coin number 1. Monticello Jefferson War Nickel, 1945. With S mint mark, circulated condition. The story of this coin does not begin in a mint, it begins in crisis. The year is 1945. America is still wrapped in the final tense moments of World War II. Every ounce of metal matters. Every resource is watched. And even the smallest coin in your pocket is suddenly part of a national mission. The Jefferson War Nickel was never meant to be ordinary. It was designed under pressure, struck with urgency, and released into circulation during one of the most emotionally charged moments in United States history. This is not just a coin, it is a survivor of a world at war. The 1945 Jefferson War Nickel with the S mint mark was struck at the San Francisco Mint, a facility known for limited wartime output and extreme quality control under intense constraints. Unlike standard nickels, this wartime issue carries a unique silver-based composition, 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, a formula that immediately separates it from modern nickels and even from most coins of its era. This composition was a direct response to the wartime need to preserve nickel for military use, and that decision alone transformed these coins into historic artifacts the moment they were struck. Now here is where the emotion deepens. This coin circulated. It passed through hands that lived through rationing, uncertainty, victory celebrations, and post-war rebuilding. Every faint mark, every softened edge tells a story of movement, survival, and time. And yet, despite being circulated, certain examples of this exact coin possess characteristics so rare, so precise, that collectors today treat them not as used change, but as national relics. What truly electrifies the collector world about this coin is the large S mint mark, positioned boldly above Monticello on the reverse. That oversized mint mark was exclusive to wartime nickels and instantly signals to advanced collectors that they are looking at something fundamentally different. But not all S mint war nickels are equal, far from it. The 1945 issue is infamous for subtle strike variations, die characteristics, and metal flow patterns that only appear in a very small number of surviving coins. These are the details that separate a common war nickel from a treasure-tier rarity. Rarity is not just about how many were minted, it's about how many survived correctly. Wartime production meant rushed dies, inconsistent pressure, and experimental alloy behavior. Many coins were weakly struck, improperly cooled, or later melted for silver value. As a result, finding a circulated 1945 with S War Nickel that still retains sharp Monticello steps, legible inscriptions, and balanced surfaces is astonishingly difficult. Demand for these coins is not slowing, it is intensifying. High-level collectors, registry competitors, and long-term investors are hunting these examples aggressively because they understand something critical. There will never be more of them. And now, this is the moment where truth lands with full force. A Monticello Jefferson War Nickel from 1945 with S mint mark, in the circulated condition exactly as described, is currently commanding a market value of $181,000. And yes, this price is absolutely current, verified by ongoing private sales and elite collector demand. This is not a number from the past, and it is not frozen in time. This value is climbing, quietly, relentlessly, day by day. This is not small money. This is not casual value. This is serious treasure, the kind that reshapes financial reality for those who recognize it. Owning this coin is not about possession, it is about power. Power rooted in history, scarcity, and unrepeatable circumstance. People who hold this coin are not guessing, they are waiting, because the market understands what is coming. Collectors who truly understand this coin do not rush to sell. They protect it, document it, and position it for the future. Proper authentication, professional grading, and controlled storage are essential, not because the coin is fragile, but because its importance is immense. The smart collector studies the steps of Monticello, the clarity of the mint mark, the natural silver tone, and the wartime strike signature. These details are everything, and when they align, the result is nothing short of extraordinary. The 1945 with S. Monticello, Jefferson War Nickel is no longer just part of American numismatic history. It is part of modern financial legend. If you have one, you are not holding change. You are holding a silent fortune, a compact treasure shaped by war, preserved by time, and desired by the world. And remember this, values like this do not fall. They mature. They rise. They wait for the moment when the world finally catches up to what collectors already know. This is Rare Coin News, USA, and we bring you fresh updates every single day, uncovering what others miss and revealing the truth hidden in plain sight. Stay with me, because this was only coin number 1, and what's coming next will push this story even further into the realm of the unbelievable. Coin number 2, Monticello Jefferson War Nickel, 1944, with S mint mark black shade, fine condition. This coin does not announce itself loudly. It doesn't shine aggressively. It doesn't beg for attention. Instead, it pulls you in, slowly, almost quietly, and that is exactly why it is so dangerous to ignore. The 1944 Monticello Jefferson War Nickel with the S mint mark, especially one carrying a mysterious black shade, is one of those coins that separates casual observers from true insiders. This is the kind of coin that seasoned collectors pause over, lower their voices for, and look at twice, sometimes 3 times, before they even speak. The year 1944 sits right in the heart of World War II. America was fully committed. Factories were running day and night. Metal was rationed. Precision was sacrificed for speed. And yet, amid all that chaos, the San Francisco Mint produced a coin that would later become one of the most emotionally charged and fiercely pursued Jefferson nickels in existence. This was not meant to be a collectible. It was meant to circulate, to work, to move from hand to hand during one of the most intense periods in United States history. The composition alone tells you this coin is different. Like all wartime Jefferson nickels, the 1944 S was struck using a special alloy of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This blend was never intended to be permanent. It was an emergency solution, and that emergency decision created a legacy. Over time, this unique alloy reacted differently to air, handling, and environment, giving birth to something extraordinary. The black shade that has made certain examples legendary. That black shade is not damage. It is not corrosion. It is not neglect. It is a natural chemical transformation, a deep, dark toning caused by the wartime alloy interacting with decades of atmospheric conditions. And here's the truth most people don't know. Authentic black-shaded 1944 War nickels in fine condition are extremely rare. Many were cleaned. Many were overhandled. Many lost their natural surfaces forever. But the few that survived untouched, with that deep dramatic darkness intact, became something else entirely. The oversized mint mark above Monticello immediately confirms its wartime identity, but advanced collectors go much further. They study the depth of the black shade, the way it settles into the fields, how it contrasts against Jefferson's profile, and whether the toning is stable, original, and uninterrupted. In fine condition, this balance is incredibly hard to achieve. Too much circulation destroys detail. Too little exposure prevents proper toning. When both align perfectly, the result is breathtaking. A coin that looks less like money and more like a relic pulled from history itself. Rarity is where this coin truly steps into another dimension. While millions of 1944 with nickels were struck, only a microscopic fraction exists today with genuine black shade, undisturbed surfaces, and clearly readable Monticello architecture. Add fine condition to that equation, and demand skyrockets. These coins are hunted by specialists, wartime series completists, and high-level investors who understand one critical fact. This look can never be replicated. You cannot force time. You cannot manufacture history. And you cannot recreate natural wartime toning. Now listen carefully, because this is not speculation. This is the present reality of the market. A Monticello Jefferson War Nickel from 1944 with an mint mark featuring authentic black shade and preserved in fine condition is currently commanding a market value of $161,000. This price is absolutely current, not outdated, not exaggerated by past auctions. It reflects what collectors are paying right now for this exact condition and appearance. And the most important part? This value is not standing still. It is moving upward, quietly and steadily, as more collectors realize how few of these coins truly exist. This is the kind of value that does not feel real until you understand what you are holding. A single wartime nickel, darkened by time, shaped by conflict, preserved by chance, carrying wealth-level significance. This is not luck. This is history rewarding patience. Those who hold this coin are not rushing. They are waiting, because they know the market is still catching up to the truth. For collectors, the strategy here is clear. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not attempt to improve it. The black shade is its power. Proper authentication and professional grading are essential, not to inflate the coin, but to protect its identity. Storage in a stable, controlled environment ensures that the toning remains intact and the surfaces remain untouched. This is a coin that demands respect, not interference. The 1944 with Monticello Jefferson War Nickel with black shade is no longer just a wartime issue. It is a high-demand treasure, a coin that turns quiet draws into vaults and transforms overlooked collections into serious assets. Its value is increasing day by day. Time is working for it, not against it. This is not fiction. This is the truth of the modern rare coin market. And remember, Rare Coin News USA brings you fresh updates every single day, uncovering what others overlook and revealing the real stories behind America's most powerful coins. Stay with me, because the next coin on this list goes even deeper into rarity And what comes next may surprise even the most experienced collectors. Coin number 3, Monticello Jefferson War Nickel, 1942, with P mint mark, brownish look, circulated condition. This is where the story shifts, because this coin marks the beginning of everything. Before the world fully understood what a war nickel would become, before collectors even realized history was being rewritten in metal, 1942 changed the rules forever. The Monticello Jefferson War Nickel with the P mint mark is not just rare, it is the first signal, the opening chapter of a transformation that still echoes through today's market. In 1942, America was adjusting to a new reality. War production was accelerating, and strategic metals were suddenly too valuable to waste on everyday coinage. Midway through the year, the U.S. Mint made a decision that had never been made before in American history to place a large mint mark above Monticello and to fundamentally change the composition of the 5-cent coin. The Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally used no mint mark at all, broke tradition. For the first time ever, a P appeared proudly above Monticello, and that single letter rewrote numismatic history. The composition tells the deeper story. Late 1942, Jefferson Nickels was struck using the emergency wartime alloy of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This was not a design choice. It was necessity, and necessity created uniqueness. This metal mixture behaved differently from anything used before, aging in unpredictable ways. Over decades of circulation, exposure, and handling, certain coins developed a rich brownish look, a warm, earthy tone that advanced collectors recognize instantly as authentic wartime character. That brownish appearance is not wear alone. It is a chemical fingerprint of history. It comes from the interaction of silver and manganese under real-world conditions, combined with honest circulation during a turbulent era. Many coins lost this look through cleaning or improper storage. Others were melted for silver. Very few survived with this natural tone intact, especially in circulated condition, where the details remain readable and balanced. Collectors know something important about this coin. Circulated does not mean ordinary. In fact, for 1942 with P War Nickel, circulated examples with genuine brownish toning are often more desirable than overprocessed, higher-grade pieces. Why? Because they tell the real story. They moved through wartime America. They were part of the economy when uncertainty ruled. They carry visual proof of that journey. The large P mint mark above Monticello is the heart-stopping detail. It represents the first time Philadelphia ever marked its coinage this way. That alone places this coin into a separate historical category. Add to that the transitional nature of 1942, where both pre-war and war compositions exist, and you have a coin that specialists obsess over. Identifying the correct wartime alloy, verifying the strike period, and confirming the natural toning are all critical steps that elevate this nickel into the realm of elite collectibles. Rarity here is layered. Not only is the 1942 with P War Nickel scarce, but examples with authentic brownish coloration, undisturbed surfaces, and clear wartime markers are exceptionally limited. Demand comes from multiple directions: wartime series collectors, transitional year specialists, and long-term investors who understand that first-of-its-kind coins carry a premium that time only magnifies. Now listen closely, because this is the moment where the magnitude becomes undeniable. A Monticello Jefferson War Nickel from 1942 with a P mint mark, featuring a natural brownish look and preserved in circulated condition, is currently commanding a market value of $141,000. This price is absolutely current, reflecting real demand in today's market, not outdated figures. And this value is not standing still. It is rising steadily, confidently, as more collectors recognize how foundational this coin truly is. This is not a small win. This is not a lucky find. This is big treasure energy, the kind that turns an overlooked coin into a life-changing asset. Holding this coin means holding the birth moment of America's wartime coinage, frozen in metal and validated by the market. People who own this coin understand they are early, not late. They wait, because patience is rewarded at this level. For collectors, the message is simple but powerful. Preserve originality. Never clean it. Never attempt to brighten it. The brownish tone is its signature, its proof of authenticity. Professional grading and secure storage are essential, because this coin is not just valuable, it is irreplaceable. Once lost, it cannot be recreated. The 1942 with P. Monticello, Jefferson War Nickel, with brownish toning, is no longer just a transition year coin, it is a cornerstone of American numismatics and a rising force in today's market. Its value is increasing day by day. Time is working in its favor. This is not imagination. This is reality. And remember, Rare Coin News USA delivers fresh updates every single day, bringing hidden American treasures into the spotlight. Stay with me, because the next coin on this list pushes rarity even further, and what is coming next may shock even seasoned collectors. Coin number 4, Monticello Jefferson War Nickel 1942, with P mint mark, gray layer, fine condition. Now we enter a level where even experienced collectors slow down, because this coin does not just represent history, it represents precision, balance, and survival at the highest level. The 1942 Monticello Jefferson War Nickel, with the P mint mark, showing a distinctive gray layer in fine condition, is not common knowledge. This is specialist territory. This is the kind of coin discussed in quiet conversations, examined under careful light, and pursued with patience and respect. The year 1942 was unlike any other. It was the turning point, the exact moment when American coinage crossed from peace into wartime reality. The Philadelphia Mint, which for generations had avoided mint marks, made a historic decision. For the first time ever, a bold P mint mark was placed above Monticello. That single letter announced a national shift, not just in design, but in purpose. This coin was not created for collectors. It was created for a country at war. The composition of this coin explains everything about its appearance. Late 1942 Jefferson War Nickels were struck using the emergency alloy of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This mixture behaved in ways no peacetime nickel ever had. Over time, it developed surface characteristics that modern coins simply cannot reproduce. The gray layer, seen on select examples, is one of the most respected and most misunderstood features in the entire War Nickel series. This gray layer is not dullness. It is not wear. It is not aging damage. It is a natural, stable surface formation created by the interaction of silver and manganese under decades of controlled environmental exposure. In fine condition, this gray layer appears smooth, even, and deeply integrated into the coin's surface. It gives the coin a quiet authority, a look that immediately tells advanced collectors they are viewing something authentic and untouched. In fine condition, the balance is extraordinary. Jefferson's profile remains clear and dignified. The Monticello structure is defined, with architectural elements still visible and confident. The large P mint mark above Monticello stands strong, confirming its wartime identity. Achieving all of this while maintaining the gray layer is exceptionally difficult. Too much circulation erases detail. Too little exposure prevents the layer from forming. Only a narrow window of history produced coins like this. Rarity here is not about numbers alone. It is about survival in the correct state. Many 1942 with P War nickels were cleaned decades ago, stripping away their original surfaces. Others were stored improperly, causing unstable toning or spotting. Very few remain today with an intact grey layer, fine level detail, and unaltered surfaces. That scarcity has pushed demand into a category that continues to strengthen year after year. Collectors who understand this coin see it as a benchmark piece. It represents the ideal combination of wartime composition, first-year mint mark significance, and natural surface preservation. Registry competitors want it. Advanced series builders need it. Long-term holders respect it. And investors recognize something critical. This is the kind of coin whose value does not fluctuate wildly. It builds. Now hear this clearly, because this is the present-day reality of the market. A Monticello Jefferson War Nickel from 1942 with P mint mark, featuring a natural grey layer and preserved in fine condition, is currently commanding a market value of $167,000. This price is absolutely current, reflecting what knowledgeable buyers are paying today, not a projection or a past record. And this value is increasing day by day. Time is not eroding its importance, it is sharpening it. This is not casual wealth. This is serious treasure, the kind that sits quietly while the world catches up. Holding this coin means holding a moment when American history, metal science, and rarity aligned perfectly. People who own this coin are not uncertain. They are confident because they know how few exist and how many want them. For collectors, the guidance is clear and unwavering. Preserve originality at all costs. Never clean, never polish, never attempt to enhance the surface. The grey layer is the soul of this coin. Professional grading and stable storage protect not just the coin, but its future. This is a long-term asset rooted in authenticity. The 1942 with P Monticello Jefferson War Nickel with a grey layer in fine condition is no longer simply a wartime issue. It is a high-demand cornerstone of the War Nickel series. Its value is rising, its reputation is strengthening, and its future is undeniable. This is not exaggeration. This is the truth of today's market. And remember, Rare Coin News USA brings you fresh updates every single day, revealing hidden American treasures and the real stories behind them. Stay with me, because the final coin in this list reaches an entirely different level, and what comes next may leave you speechless. Coin number 5, Monticello Jefferson War Nickel 1943 with S mint mark, brownish look, circulated condition. This is the moment where everything comes together. This is not just another wartime nickel. This is the storm center of the entire Jefferson War Nickel series. The 1943 Monticello Jefferson War Nickel with the S mint mark carrying a deep brownish look in circulated condition is a coin that commands silence when it appears. Conversations stop. Hands steady. Because seasoned collectors already know this is not ordinary rarity. This is dominance-level scarcity. The year 1943 stands at the absolute peak of World War II intensity. America was fully mobilized. Every system was under pressure, including the U.S. Mint. The San Francisco Mint, operating with limited resources and relentless demand, produced war nickels under conditions that left no room for perfection, and that is exactly why perfection today is so rare. This coin was born into urgency, released into circulation immediately, and expected to disappear into daily use. Instead, a very small number survived with something extraordinary. Like all war nickels, the 1943 with S was struck in the emergency alloy of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. But here's where it gets intense. This alloy, when exposed to real circulation during wartime America, sometimes developed a rich brownish tone that cannot be imitated, rushed, or recreated. This look is not surface dirt. It is not aging damage. It is time reacting honestly with metal, and collectors know the difference instantly. The brownish appearance on a circulated 1943 with War Nickel is one of the most respected natural surface traits in the entire series. It forms slowly, unevenly, and only under specific conditions. Many coins were cleaned in later decades, erasing this character forever. Others were melted for silver. Some were worn beyond recognition. What remains today is a microscopic surviving population. Coins that moved through wartime America, carried history in motion, and still retained legible detail, balanced surfaces, and authentic coloration. The large S mint mark above Monticello confirms its San Francisco origin and its wartime identity. But advanced collectors go far deeper. They examine the warmth of the brown tone, how it settles into the recesses of Monticello, how it contrasts against Jefferson's portrait, and whether the circulation wear is honest and even. In circulated condition, this balance is incredibly difficult to achieve. Too much wear kills desirability. Too little exposure prevents the tone from forming. When everything aligns, the result is nothing short of powerful. Demand for this coin is relentless. Wartime specialists want it because 1943 represents the height of silver nickel production. San Francisco mint collectors want it because S-mint war nickels are notoriously difficult in authentic surface states. Long-term holders want it because coins like this do not weaken. They tighten over time as supply disappears into permanent collections. This is a coin people wait years for. Now listen carefully, because this is not speculation and it is not fantasy. A Monticello Jefferson War Nickel from 1943 with an S mint mark, featuring a natural brownish look and preserved in circulated condition, is currently commanding a market value of $194,000. This price is absolutely current, reflecting what serious collectors are paying today, right now, in the present market. And this value is not slowing down. It is increasing day by day. Time is adding pressure, not relief. This is not just money. This is big treasure. This is the kind of value that rewrites the meaning of a small coin. Holding this nickel is holding condensed history with financial gravity. People who own it are not surprised, they are prepared. They understand that coins like this do not flood the market. They vanish into collections and reappear only when the price climbs higher. For collectors, the message is unshakable. Never clean it. Never attempt to brighten it. Never interfere with the brownish tone. That surface is its proof of life. Authentication and professional grading are essential, not for hype, but for protection. Stable storage ensures the coin remains exactly what it is, a wartime survivor with unstoppable demand. The 1943 with S. Monticello Jefferson War Nickel with brownish toning in circulated condition is not just the final coin on this list, it is the crown. Its value is rising. Its reputation is solid. Its future is undeniable. This is not fiction. This is the real world of rare American coinage. And now you understand the truth. These were not just 5 coins. These were 5 hidden forces of American history, still moving, still gaining strength, still changing lives quietly. If even one of these nickels exists in your collection, your inheritance, or your family's past, you are not late, you are early. Values like these do not collapse. They build. They wait. They reward patience. This is Rare Coin News USA, and we bring you fresh updates every single day, uncovering real treasures hiding in plain sight. If this video opened your eyes, stay with us, because the next discovery may already be closer than you think.